Wednesday, October the 10th, 2018, and I'm back down in Norfolk, here at Castle Acre. Ruins of the castle are in front of me, 12th century castle with motte and bailey. And I'm just about to undertake a relatively short 6.5 mile circular of this village, obtained from the Norfolk County Council website, as in previous years. Cracking day, can't complain about the weather at all. Could be the last of the Indian summer this year. It's about 70 degrees already, about 11:45 at the moment. Wonderful. Little information panel here about the castle. We'll be following the Nar Valley walk for a lot of the walk today. Further shots of the motte and bailey. Parting view of the old castle. Turning right into Blind Lane, just coming off of Bailey Lane. Now joining the famous Pedder's Way, which of course links up with the Norfolk Coast Path up on near Hunstanton. Pleasant, quiet country lane walking at the moment. Impressive ruin there. Not sure what that is. Could be the old priory, looking at the yeah, that'd be the old priory, I reckon. It says on the map Cluniac, whatever that means. Probably the version of monk. Passing the ford, which crosses what looks to me to be like a chalk stream. Obviously there aren't many of them in the world. Norfolk has a couple of them. We've got a few down in Hertfordshire, but I know the river that runs through Fakenham's a chalk stream, and probably the Nar is as well, looking at it. Castle Acre Church there in the distance. As we continue along quiet country lanes, another pleasant Norfolk church. One being St George's, South Acre. Got poorly visible footpath sign here, and for something significant like the Pedder's Way, that's not good enough, Norfolk Council. I've reported it on Pathwatch. I suggest people download that. It's a very good way of reporting stuff. It's so successful that the councils are now complaining that they're getting inundated with work. So that's Pathwatch, organised by the Ramblers. It's a little app that you can download and put on your phone. Onward journeys up this sandy track. Lots of wide open spaces, as you'd imagine here in Norfolk. Skylarks singing in the distance there. I wouldn't be surprised to see a martin or possibly swallow at this late venture. Anyway, continuing up this sandy lane. Wind's picking up, as you may be able to hear. I do believe after this glorious sunshine today that rain is due overnight. Okay then. Better then than now. So Norfolk's not all flat, as contrary to popular belief. West Acre Church in the distance there. I may deviate slightly and have my lunch there. See how we go. That bird there is giving out a warning note. Question is, can't make out what it is. Is it a kingfisher? I haven't got my glasses on. I believe it's probably more likely a nuthatch. I have to have a closer look at that when I've got my specs on. It's in the right environment to be a nuthatch. Just in a load of what looked like elm dumped here. Wonder how long they've been here. Dutch elm disease. And a flock of fieldfares have just flown out of this bush. They must be well caught out by today's weather. It's just not what they're used to, but it intimates that very shortly we're in for a harsh cold spell. I still foresee that this winter's going to be a hard one. Snow and cold temperatures. Mother Nature seems to be indicating that from the amount of berries on the bushes. Let's see. Anyway, nearly in West Acre, halfway point. There's the remains of another priory over there, this time with a different order, Augustinian. Quite a religious area though. So the official route is to my right along the Nar Valley Way, but I'm going to go into West Acre and find that church for lunch. I do believe there's an option through the wood as well. Here we are at the Stag, West Acre, which, as I say, would provide an appropriate lunchtime stop. It's halfway through the walk or thereabouts. I presume it's open. All Saints, West Acre. Bench there on the village green, just in case there's not one in the church. Amazingly, there isn't a bench here. Many of the headstones I've noticed are ancient though, so probably very poorly attended. It's maintained by the CWC, Commonwealth War Graves Commission, if that means anything to anyone. The organisation I've heard of, but what they do exactly I'm unsure. Yeah, so round to the village green it is. There's the ruin over there of a former church as well. So googling the history of this church would be interesting. So not unusually in these remote parts, it's possible to get inside. Plain simple church here. No lead windows. Yeah, I'll take that back, there's a lead window at the rear. And one to the side. Maybe the rest were destroyed over time. Looking back, wonderful old organ there. Dedication there to George III. In fact, that's the entrance. What I thought was a ruin is actually the entrance to the old priory, no doubt. You have it, this solitary bench was bought by the parish council to commemorate the Diamond Jubilee, Queen Elizabeth II. Lunch is had, or about to be. So lunch has been had, 2 o'clock now, near enough. Got to retrace my steps slightly to get back en route. This is Church Green that I'm actually stood on now, I've discovered. Village sign. Weeping Silver Lime, dedicated to the memory of all those that died in the First World War. Appropriate as we approach November the 11th. God rest their souls. There's today's death. Mouse of some kind. Half grey, half brown. Surprised little stoat hasn't got hold of that yet. Did see one earlier battling with some roadkill. Couldn't film that though, it was too quick. Going beside the Nar. Onward journey straight ahead. I'm going to follow the woodland route at risk of getting lost, because that is the official route per my county council map, not the one that runs alongside the wood, the Nar Valley Way, just outside in the sunshine. Gives the walk a bit of variety as well. Well, the bird I saw earlier was definitely a nuthatch, no confusion about that. I had a look at lunchtime. But having said that, I've just missed a kingfisher. Went to film it, bang, gone. Sitting on that willow over there. Walk in here. This very cool plantation. Can't believe I'm saying it's cool away from the sun in the middle of October. There you go, Indian summer. Now on a very pleasant section of woodland walking. Deciduous mixedwood, lovely. Birdsong starting to reappear now, I noticed, since my last walk back in, when, the end of August. In woodland anyway. There's Castle Acre in the distance now on the horizon. It's like we're walking through some kind of water meadow now. There's a buzzard. You can hear it mewing. And just prior to that, I saw a hobby, a tiny little bird of prey. Too quick though to get on film. Another interesting fungus there has found a home. on, not sure what the tree is. Here on my right, what a wonderful afternoon it's turned out to be. Glorious. God rest your soul, Mr. Linnet. Good advert for rambling. Look at his age. Good age. Okay, just as we come into Castle Acre, one of Norfolk's infamous roadside nature reserves. Wish more counties did this. They possibly do, but I haven't seen them anywhere else. Castle Acre Priory, English heritage managed. So a view of the priory from another angle. See the vista that they would have got. The church tower's got a great view as well, I bet. Just on the left of the priory. The old church they've got here at Castle Acre, clearly with the various priories around, unsurprising. I'll catch the name in a minute, I'm sure. Yeah, the church is called St James the Great, interestingly enough. And it is open, but I don't plan on going in. The Ostrich, local pub in Castle Acre. They've got a quiz night tonight, I see. Interesting. That's why I'm up here, for last night's quiz at my mate's pub. The Black Lion Inn in Walsingham, highly recommended. Hopefully the sun isn't blocking that view. Ridge Hall, built in 1841. It's an old chapel to me, Methodist. Just next to the castle. Views out yonder. So here we are, back at the car park at the Norman Stronghold. Very decent walk that was. All 6.5 miles of it. Actually made that 7.2 miles, not the official 6.5. 2 3/4 hours walking. Very decent walk that was. Just about right before my long drive back. 2 to 3 hour drive now, back to North Harts, the way I go anyway. Don't do dual carriageways. So yeah, Norfolk County Council, Nar Valley Circular, Castle Acre Circular completed.